Vielen Dank. Hallo. Herr Meier. Herr Budders. Meine Frau.
From Finland again, my colleague.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much.
Excellency, Deputy Minister, dear Farouk, Excellencies, Ambassadors, Honorable Members of Parliament, distinguished guests from our host country, Turkey, dear Austrian honorary consuls, dear fellow Austrians, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends. It's a great privilege and pleasure for me to welcome you at this year's reception on the occasion of Austria's National Day. My wife Shamila and I would like to thank you very much for having joined us. This is the first National Day reception we are honored to host after 3 years. And after 7 years, this is the first reception on the occasion of our National Day that takes place in this garden on the premises of the Austrian Embassy in Ankara. Our embassy building and our garden bear witness to the historical depth of bilateral relations between Austria and Turkey. The embassy premises were planned by the famous Austrian architect Clemens Holzmeister and are now 87 years old. Holzmeister designed a number of landmark buildings here in Ankara, including the Parliament building, just 500 meters from here. Our relations are, of course, much older. First diplomatic contacts and agreements between the Habsburg and Ottoman empires date back to the late 15th century. Ups and downs are quite normal in such a long relationship, I think. But I'm happy to say that for more than 230 years, peace has prevailed between us. In 2024, we will celebrate the 100 years jubilee of the conclusion of the Friendship Treaty between the Republic of Austria and the Republic of Turkey in 1924. I'm very pleased to tell you that 2022 has been a very dynamic year in our bilateral relations so far. I only mention the meetings of Austrian President van der Bellen and Austrian Prime Minister Nehammer with President Erdogan, the visit of the Speaker of the Austrian Parliament to Turkey, the visits of the Austrian Foreign Minister and the Minister of Interior, as well as the meeting of the bilateral parliamentary group Austria-Turkey in Ankara. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our Turkish colleagues at the Presidency, the Parliament and the Foreign Ministry for their very professional, friendly and forthcoming cooperation and support. In particular, I would like to thank you, dear Farooq, very much indeed for your contribution to our bilateral relations, and wish you all success and the very best for your future assignment in Brussels. I would like to underline here that Austria is grateful for and highly appreciates Turkey's sustained mediation effort with regard to the Russian war of aggression against Ukraine. And I give a special welcome to my colleague, the Ukrainian ambassador, who is here with us. Russia's flagrant and deliberate breach of its obligations under the Charter of the United Nations has put into question the very foundations of international security and stability. This poses a fundamental threat to us all, in particular to smaller countries such as Austria, countries that rely on international law as their protection against unilateralism and the use of force. Coming back to our bilateral exchange, Austria and Turkey have also made good progress in the economic field. Exports from Austria to Turkey reached record levels in 2021, while imports from Turkey also grew very strongly. Numbers of Austrian tourists in Turkey have been rising, and significant investments continue. At this point, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our sponsors. We would not have been able to host this reception without their very generous support. My thanks go to Dennis Bank, Andritz Hydro, Vakif Bank, Aras Cargo, Austria Car Turkey, Global Hydro, Mondri Corrugated Turkey, Plassa and Teurer, RHI Magnesita, Safirtus and Salinen AG, Umdash Madosan, Afri, First Vademsash, Voigt Hydro, Julius Meindl, Red Bull and EFES. Last but by no means least, I would like to thank colleagues of all sections at the Austrian Embassy and the staff at the residence for their hard work and help in preparing today's event. With this, I would like to wish you a very enjoyable evening.
Dear Johannes, Excellencies, colleagues, friends, dear Austrian friends, I would like to greet all of you on behalf of the Turkish government, and I am very much delighted to be here on behalf of the Turkish government to celebrate your National Day. Happy National Day, Austria. My speech has already been pretty much preempted, but by, what Johannes said. But of course, let me say a few words. Of course, Turkey and Austria have strong historical ties. We are not NATO members today, but we were allies in the past. We fought together, we died together, and I think these strong ties are still valid today because we have also a very strong 300,000 Turkish community in Austria, whose integration is our priority. It's an essential aim and work that we have to conduct together. I don't know whether our presenter didn't want to mention my title of EU. And there was not much of reference to the EU either from my good friend Johannes. But somehow I have to also underline that Turkey is committed to the EU process. And I think, you know, I was in the mountains of Alpak. I've talked to the Austrian youth and also other youth from other European countries. They want to see Turkey in the EU when Turkey fulfills the membership criteria. And I think this should be also one of the areas Turkey and Austria should work together. And already I am delighted to see my colleague Caroline, your Minister of Europe, cutting Turkish döner kebab in Vienna. I think that is the best message in terms of integration, in terms of better relations that we have, especially since the beginning of this year, as you have mentioned. We had high-level visits and contacts. Myself, I was in Vienna to have consultations with my very good colleague Peter, and today I am really proud to say that we have much better relations. I think if we can take populism out of our relations, I'm sure we can win together, and this will be something, you know, much better in our relations. Of course, Austria continues to invest in Turkey. Austria is one of the biggest investors in Turkey with $11 billion of foreign direct capital investment so far. And actually Austria ranks 4th in terms of foreign investment in Turkey. Our trade relations are improving, and I think we have more or less $3.5 billion of trade volume. And we were happy to see this year until now that we have 80% increase in the number of Austrians coming and visiting Turkey. I am also dealing with Erasmus Plus program, and I have come across with a very rare situation. Normally, you know, Turkish students are trying to go in big numbers to other European countries, but in the case of Turkey and Austria, what I saw that the number of Austrian students coming to Turkey has tripled the number of Turkish students who are going to Austria. So this is a good thing. I hope we can also increase these numbers in terms of much better future together. So happy National Day and good evening to all of you.